to the basic commands for file management in Unix programming. Yeah, we have a blog post already on this particular topic. Today I will just be walking you through with the head of terminal. Presently I'm using Git. So the first command is ls command, and as you can see on this blog post, it is used for listing files and directory in a current directory. Example ls. Now let's check. So here is my Git. Let's try the command ls. So as you can see in this particular directory, it's showing me all the documents that is there. So let's go to a particular folder that I would like to work with, and cd desktop. Okay, cd coding. So let's try the ls. So ls is showing me all the command, all the files and the directory in this particular folder. So this is a particular folder that is opened here, and as you can see the Unix programming, that's the directory, and you can see the files, the different files that are there. So now let's go on. Now that we're in our desired directory, so ls minus l will show us a long format showing detailed information about the folder that we are working with. Let's ls. So it's showing us detailed information about all the folders that are there. For example, the tommy.txt is a txt file, and the ls is space -l. It's showing us that this particular file is not a directory, that it can be read and it can be written. It can be read and it can be written, but it cannot be executed. So we'll still get to that. And the Unix program, as you can see, the dir ws showing us that it's showing us that is a directory. As you can see, the d, it's showing us that it can be read, it can be read, it can be written, it can be executed, so by the owner. And so that's that about that for now. So let's move on. ls -a. So this is showing us the hidden files in the particular folder. And now let's check out the last one, -l, which is long format with UMA readable files. So it's still show us almost the same thing as ls space -l. So now the second command I will be working on is the cd command. So this command is just showing us help us to change the current directory, to change the current working directory. So let's try. So now we're in coding directory, that's the particular directory that we have. Now let's go to Unix programming. Directory. Now, yeah, it's not good that way. So what we have to do is everything. The mistake there is that it's not together. So what we have to do is to rename this file. Let's just rename it as Unix. Let's name it as Unix, just Unix. So now let's go back to our terminal, cd Unix. So now we've moved to the directory, to our new directory. As you can see under Unix, there's nothing there. The directory is empty for now, so we've not inputted anything there. So cd space dot dot, it will help enable us to go to the parent directory. So as you can see here, you can see the coding is our parent directory, the Unix is our sub directory. So what we are going to do now, let's go back to coding and on our terminal. So that will be cd dot dot. As you can see, we're encoding again. As you can see, we're in Unix before, now we are encoding. So that's that about that. Now let's change to the user's home directory. So cd, so these are our users home directory. On a normal ground, this is where we'll be. So now let's confirm where we are. So it's showing us that we are, this is the system users directory. We're under the C, under user, and under so that's the pwd showing us the current working directory. So now let's go back to where we were before, cd desktop, cd coding. Now let's create a new directory there. Let's create a new directory. That's mk. Let's call the directory Unix course. Let's call it this. So we've created another directory under coding. Now let's go to the folder. Let's go to coding. As you can see, we have the Unix course here. So now let's go back to where we are. Now let's remove the Unix course that we just created. What we're going to do is rmdir Unix course. Now let's ls. As you can see, it's no longer there. As you can see under our coding, it's no longer there. So that's fine. Now let's move on with what we're doing. Let's go back to where we're trying. Let's go to copying files in using the Unix. So now let's copy Tommy tst. That will be cd tp Tommy tst. Let's indicate the directory we are taking it to. We are taking it to Unix. Now let's check the, as you can see, it's still here. Now let's go to our Unix folder. We copied it. We'll be on our Unix. It's there already. Now let's ls. As you can see, we have our Tommy tst on our Unix. Wow, that's great. So now let's see, that's copying file. Now let's see copying directory. Let's see copying directory. Now let's go back to the coding directory. Let's create a directory. mkdir. Let's go back and create Unix. Let's just call it Unix. So let's call it that. As you can see, the directory is there already. Now let's copy the directory cpr. Let's call it Unix. Now let's copy it to Unix. Now let's ls. Let's go to let's go to the Unix folder. Let's ls. As you can see, we have the folder, which is the directory already. We have the directory already copied to the Unix. So here it is. You have it here. Okay, wow, that's great. So let's continue with that. Now let's move or rename directory. Now let's move let's move a directory from where it is to another directory. So now let's move let's go back to the working folder. So let's move r. Use just r. Let's move it to Unix. So let's go to cd ls. So now let's move mv r. Let's move it to Unix. Now let's confirm. Yeah, it's no longer on our parent directory, which is our coding. Let's go to Unix and see if there ls. Yeah, as you can see, the file is there. So that's cool. So now we can also move directory to. Let's create a directory now. mkdir up. Let's just call the directory up. Let's sorry, I'm not creating it here. Now let's create a directory here. Let's call it code. Let's so as you can see, code directory is there. So let's move it mv rather code to Unix. Ls. As you can see, the code is no longer there. Let's go to Unix. Let's ls. Yeah, the code is there. Wow, that's great. So now another thing we are going to do is let's rename our directory, our file. So what we are going to do in this situation is rename .mkdir. Let's create a file rather. Okay, let's create a file. Oh no, okay, let's do something with .txt. Let's .txt. Let's rename it mv txt. Let's rename it as Tommy code txt. You see, okay, let's ls. So as you can see, our file has been successfully renamed. Wow, that's great. Now let's move on. Now we're in our it command key. So now our command Unix command rather, that's removing files or directory. So now let's try and remove a file. Let's remove tummy code tst. That's like deleting a file. tst. As you can see, let's ls. It's no longer there. Let's go back to our folder for confirmation if it's still there. You can see, let's refresh. So tummy code is no longer there. No, I've forgotten. We are on the Unix. Yeah, this is where we are. That's our part. We are under the Unix. Tummy code is no longer Unix. Okay, let's go to our parent directory. cd. Okay, .ls. Okay, let's ls. Now let's remove tummy. rm tummy just tst. Let's say again. So as you can see, tummy is no longer under our coding directory. So we just did that. Wow, that's great. Now let's continue now. Let's create let's remove a directory too. What we're going to do, let's see which directory we have. Unix. Let's remove Unix. Let's rm Unix. So let's see, it's no longer there. Wow, that's great. So now let's create an empty file. Let's create an empty file. So what we're going to do to create an empty file is touch tummy tst test file. Let's see, the tummy is there. Let's go into tummy to check if there's any file inside. So it's an empty file. Now our understanding about Vim will enable us to understand what I just did. Now please check below for the video on Vim, which I did some months ago, to have a basic understanding on what I just did now. So now we just created an empty file. Now let's display the content of a file. So now let's cat tummy tst. So there's nothing inside. Let's add something to that tummy. So tst. Let's add is we're using high. Please, I recommend that you watch the video about Vim. I'll be dropping the link below so that I can walk you through on how to use the Vim that I'm using now. It is a prerequisite for understanding all this. This is a good coding. This is a good Unix programming tutorial. So now once we are done, we'll press escape. So now let's check the content. Yeah, as you can see, what you just typed is there. That's good. Please, if you are enjoying this video, it has helped you in one or two ways, kindly click on the subscribe button and share with other members or other students. Thank you very much. Now let's display the content of a file on screen at the same time. So now let's check more file, more est. Yes. So this is showing the content my file. You just use it's showing the content of my file on the screen, so it's taking everything away from the screen. It's showing us the content of the file. But now let's display the first of the last few lines in a file. So we're going to use the head Tommy est. So this is the head. So now to show the tail, that's for the last few lines in a file. So we're going to just change tail L, then Tommy st. So that's that. So now we are going to change the file permission of the particular file ls est. Let's check the file permission ls il Tommy est. So now this is showing us that the file can be read. It is not a directory, and it can be written. It can only be written by the user. So I'm still coming up with another video for proper explanation of this. So now we want the file to be executable. So what we're going to do is change mode plus x, then let's Tommy est just to make it executable. So now let's check the file. Okay, this works for scripts. Okay, set permission. Now let's try this. What I just did work for scripts only. So now let's try this. See, almost the same. Okay, we are coming to that in our next video, and change file ownership. So let's change the file ownership. Okay. Okay, so that is that about this. These are the basic command. Please do where to subscribe to our channel and do where to visit our blog posts to read more about these commands. Also, uh kindly stay tuned. We'll be coming up with more interesting topic about Unix program. Thanks for Unix program rather. Thanks for watching. See you next time.